got a great way to get you out of the winter doldrums. The Woodworking Show in the Gateway Center Hall in Cottleville, Illinois. Starts today, Saturday, and Sunday. And on Saturday, our next guest will be putting on a number of presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the host of Rough Cut with Tommy Mack. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas McDonald.
What's up, McGraw? How you doing,
buddy? Good to see you. Let me move this
man.
microphone out of the way. Hold on.
Oh, there you go. Now you can have an unobstructed view.
Yes.
You're not looking so bad for, hitting 50, did you say?
47.
Oh, 47,
Going to be 47
Wow.
tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. 47
years
tomorrow,
old.
man. Yep.
47 years old.
We're the same age.
Are you 47?
Yeah, I'll be 48 this year.
You look a lot better at 47 than I look at 47.
Well, I do TV, man.
Oh,
you got a face for radio,
yeah,
right?
but it's public television. Come on, I've seen those guys. You and I became friends. How long have you been doing the show, Rough Cut?
We are entering our 5th year.
Fifth year.
5th, man.
We called you up. It was
before
announced,
my first.
It was announced that Tommy Mack was doing a show on PBS, and you sent out a national press release, and one person called you.
You.
Me.
Yep.
So we became fast friends, and you've been nice enough to invite me on your show. And every time you come to St. Louis, you come in and we talk woodworking. And this weekend is the Woodworking Show.
Oh, I'm so psyched for the Woodworking Show. It's going to be fun this year.
Now, you do these all over the country. St. Louis is one of the biggest, is it not?
It is. Yep. St. Louis is one of the biggest. And Bryce Bierman just bought the show, new ownership.
Right.
And he is doing a tremendous job trying to push the educational factors of woodworking.
Right.
So when we go there, we'll see all sorts of booths dedicated to just teaching, nerds like me and you how to do particular things. It's cool.
It's one thing to sell you something, but it's another thing to go and learn and to be educated and to watch and ask questions of people like you who know what you're doing.
Exactly. So I don't think that their main goal is to, get inside your pocketbook.
Right.
They just want to, push, the woodworking so people love it, fall in love with it, get excited about it, and then just by being in that environment, you're gonna grab, whatever. Right?
I look forward to this weekend every year. I'm a total dork. I admit it. I love to go. I love to watch how these people do it, and you pick up so many different techniques and watch it, and you buy a couple things along the way. It's a fun weekend.
You crack me up because you've been there 3 times, 4 times with me now,
right?
And every year you walk out of there with like shopping bags full of crap, and I'm always like, "What are you doing with all this stuff?" You're like a girl coming out of Macy's or something.
Yeah, I'm kind of guilty as charged. They make it look so easy. It's like I can do that.
Do you use half the stuff you buy there?
I actually, believe it or not, I use quite a bit of what I do. There's a couple little things, the little small things you buy, or the little jigs that sort of make it easier, and you can spend an hour making a jig, 2 hours making a jig, or as a part-time woodworker, I would rather save that 2 hours and buy the jig and sort of do it that way.
That's what I do, because I tell people all the time, I want to do woodworking. I just don't want to have to make my bench and have to make my stool and make all my things to be able to make a piece of furniture. So I try to buy those things so I'm able to make furniture.
And your time in the shop is so valuable because people are busy working and raising kids and family and everything else that, when they're down there, they want to build something. So, and you want to get into cutting and creating sawdust.
Absolutely.
All right, 5 years of Rough Cut.
Yeah.
The fifth season's in the books, in the cans. Where are we with this?
I'm just writing it right now.
You're writing it right now?
Yep.
Your show is different than the other woodworking shows for those of us who haven't seen it because
of you, I think.
Well,
because it aired here the first year,
Yes.
And then you came on my show the second year.
Yes.
And then instead of hanging with me, you went to Fenway Park. Remember?
I did. I had a chance.
You ran to Fenway Park.
I had never been to Fenway Park, so I went to Fenway Park.
So the St. Louis gods were unhappy about that, I would imagine.
Well, the baseball gods were. It was a historic park. I was in Boston. I had a day. We spent 48 hours together. You were sick of me. You're like, get out. I'm sick of you. I put you on my show. Get out. But yes, I did go to Fenway Park.
Then the World Series.
Then
came and went.
Yes.
And I think the guy who doesn't put the show on is just,
Well, so the show was on and it was very successful. Well, now, first of all, you need to know something about the woodworking shows on the PBS local public access or public television station, because while they're very good, they're not TV savvy, if you will. Like Who's the woodworking guy who uses, like, no power tools with the funny little hat? What's that guy's name?
Roy Underhill.
Roy Underhill.
He's been at it for 39 years, man.
That guy's
been at it forever.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
But he uses his lathe with his feet.
I know. But it's good entertainment.
It's fantastic.
And I think he gets it, you know?
He's on there all the time. The Woodsmith Shop show.
Yeah.
Those guys who have the Woodsmith magazine, they're great, but that one guy's kind of a heavyset guy. You wouldn't necessarily pick him out of a TV lineup, if you will.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But still a nice show. I mean,
Sure.
all these shows are great. You have the This Old House crew, which outside of Kevin O'Connor, they're all nice guys, but I wouldn't call them TV savvy, if you will. You come along and turn the whole woodworking TV show world on its ear.
Funny.
I'm man enough to say this. You're a good-looking guy.
Thank you.
Your show is well respected. And we'll get into you building the Bombay, which made you famous more or less.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you're a good-looking woodworking guy. How many PBS stations are you on across the country?
Well, I heard you say 300 today.
Yeah,
I would have to check, but
it's over 300, right?
Yeah, I think we have 98% coverage across the whole country.
98% coverage.
Yeah.
The 2% coverage is not here in St. Louis.
Must be.
Yeah.
Hey, and we're number one.
Right, exactly.
I don't understand.
So here you have a PBS show that is on 98% of the public television channels across the country, but not here in St. Louis.
Well,
and the woodworking show is the largest woodworking show in America.
It's one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Here in St. Louis, it's really big, and there are a lot of talented woodworkers here in the St. Louis area.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing to me how many really unbelievably gifted woodworkers are here.
Absolutely.
The guilds and everything.
And your major sponsor to your
Woodcraft,
show,
right down the
Woodcraft,
street.
Right down the street.
We're going to be there after we get out of here, right?
We should say that we're heading over to Woodcraft, and you'll be happy to sign pieces of wood and talk to people and hang out and whatever else, right?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Right. Okay. So you have a huge presence of woodworkers. You have tons of woodworking shows on the station. You have a television show like Rough Cut with Tommy Mack that has won all sorts of. How many Emmys have you won? You've won a number of Emmys, haven't you?
I'm 0 for 2.
No, you won. Or the show's won a couple.
0 for 2, man.
I thought you. Oh, you were nominated.
Nominated twice.
Okay.
My first year, I almost fell down, and then the second year, I got nominated.
Oh.
Last year, we didn't.
We didn't.
But hopefully this year.
Well, last year I wasn't on the show. Maybe that had something to do with it. Okay, so you blanket 98% of the country, except for here in St. Louis. There's really only one reason, and that is
you.
Well, no.
No?
It's because on another radio station, Charlie Brennan has this ongoing feud with me. He basically runs. He's the godfather of PBS, and what he says goes. And so he decides, since you and I are friends.
No, come on, it can't be that way.
And I was on your show. What else could it be?
It can't be that.
Listen to this. He runs a media roundtable show on Thursday nights called Snooze Fest.
Is that the name of it? Seriously?
Well, that's what everybody calls it.
Oh, come on.
The official name is Donnybrook.
Come on, be nice, man.
I am being nice.
No,
you
that's
should
not
hear
nice.
what I really say off the air.
No, come on.
And so it's a media roundtable.
Have you been on it?
15 years I've been in town. Never been asked to be on it.
Really?
But do you know who the normal players are on it? Somebody who lives in Scottsdale half the time, a sports guy, a woman, Wendy Weiss, who doesn't work in the market anymore.
Okay.
And Bill McClellan, who's a great columnist with the paper. They've had fill-ins. They've had a psychiatrist fill in.
Okay.
On a media roundtable.
You sound what's the matter? You sound scorned.
Beyond bitter.
Why?
Well, because somebody like you would invite me on your show and have a good time, but on a media roundtable here in St. Louis, I'm not asked once.
So that's your tiff?
It's not my beef. It's his beef.
But you sound upset about it.
Well, I'm upset because it's now my blacklist has now affected my friend, like you. So I'm just.
How do you know you're blacklisted?
Because I've never been on the show.
That doesn't mean anything.
And you've now been blacklisted as a result.
He's not that powerful. No one's that powerful. It's just a matter of, come on.
You are on 98% of
all
the...
Be nice, McGraw.
Right,
it's your birthday,
Fair enough.
The woodworking show is here.
Fair enough.
Don't worry about that guy.
We can say this, that if you'd like to see Rough Cut on the local KETC Channel 9 station, you can call and say, hey, why don't you get Rough Cut on?
Sure. Well, you can call your program director, and that's how it works. And this is the challenge with public television. Each station has their own independent program director who can put on whatever they want. So it's truly up to that one person.
Right.
And, if they like knitting, you're going to get 5 knitting shows. If they love programming like Frontline or Lydia or whatever, those type of programs are going to be on. And maybe somebody's not really, aware of woodworking. So they just put on what they're used to,
It's a good point. So
and I got to tell you, it's a challenge across the whole country because it's just not here, McGraw. It's all across the country where, I get most of the emails I get are people asking me, how can I watch your show?
Right.
And I can't answer everybody from across the country because I don't know. There's a station finder on my website, and you just put your zip code in, and then it will tell you where and when it's playing.
What's the website?
ThomasJMcDonald.com.
You had to think about that for a second?
I did, because it's roughcutwoodworking.com, too. I don't know.
Can we
pull it up right there. I can see it. What's it say?
Can we see the sand-shaded clock episode on your webpage?
Can we? I don't know. There's a half a dozen of them on there right now.
Okay. All right, because I've seen it on. I have it recorded on my.
Oh, I bet.
On my home.
It's the only one you have recorded, I bet, too, right?
When you walk into my house, I have a shrine to the sand-shaded clock when I appeared on PBS.
That was a lot of fun, man.
In St. Louis. No, that was a lot of fun. And that sand-shaded clock, actually, people have stopped me in the street and have said, I think I saw you on a TV show recently.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so I was in Prague, I think, and somebody stopped me. but not here in St. Louis. So, all right, Tommy Mack, you're here in town all weekend. You're going to be at the Woodworking Show tomorrow. You're going to be at Woodcraft after the show. We're going to cart you over there.
Sure, we'll just crash the place.
Yeah, come in, hang out for a little bit. Then we're going to go to Pappy's for lunch. You want a little barbecue for lunch?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got to come back and talk about John Lester putting pine tar on his glove.
Oh, come on. You're so sour today. It must be your birthday. It must be your birthday coming up. That's just making you sour.
We have to talk about Saw Stop, which you told me to buy, the table saw. And we're going to do all that, and we're going to come back. So that's more with Tommy Mack. Rough Cut on PBS. He's in town for the Woodworking Show. More. And if you have woodworking questions, you'll take a couple questions on the air.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. 9:23 here. Big 550 KT.